Hello everyone! Today we are going to have a good discussion on a very interesting topic, which is the impact of monologue. So you may ask, what is monologue? What is meant by monologue? Some of you are familiar with this word, but there are also some people that are not, and this is the first time they heard about monologue. So here I am today to tell you what is monologue and what is the impact of monologue. The first one, what is monologue? In the simplest way, it means speaking alone. In other ways, it is stated that a monologue is a person who is doing all the talking. And why do we monologue? And without you aware, on your daily life you always have monologue. Either it is an internal monologue or external monologue. So, what is the example? I'll give you some examples which is you can relate it to yourself. Like when you wake up early in the morning and then you look at the mirror, you say a good things or a good perception to yourself. Like you're looking very handsome today. You are good. Someone might have feelings for you, and that is monologue. There is an external monologue when you talk at the mirror and you're talking to yourself. And also there is a very common situation which I'm very sure that you will have monologue, which is when you are in a competition and you feel very nervous and you don't know what you want to talk to and you don't know how to express your feelings, so you have monologue. Like, I can do it, I can do the best, I'm the best among the best. And there is some common examples that happen in our daily life. So why do we have monologue? Basically, we have monologue because we want to express our feelings. Because there is some situation that you can't tell your feelings directly to people, so that you have your own, and to tell yourself, you will monologue. And monologue happens to everyone. It can happen to your teachers, friends, relatives, and also everyone. And you can look at your father when he has problems at work, and what he will talk to himself. And there is an example of monologue. And basically, monologue is one person talking. But if there is more than one person, like you're talking with your mother, your friends, or your teachers, there is not a monologue, that's a dialogue. And based on the studies that has been conducted by researchers on 2021, they stated that the extent of images, whereas we call this situation as experience under relief, can help us to monologue, because we tend to monologue when we want to remember some things in terms of visualization, the images. So that you might think that in your daily life, when I will give you some simple example, which is like you want to remember your notes and you have your mind map on your notes, and there is when you will have monologue, like I remember that there is a part of this speech, and this is when we use either or neither nor, and there is the example of monologue that you will have when you face the experience under relief. And that's how monologue happens. I can't deny the fact that some people will state that people who will have monologue on their own will be called as crazy or having mental illness, because like you're having yourself, you're having your time to the fullest. But it is a common situation that everyone will happen, and it will happen unconsciously. And I want all of you to know that monologue is very important in order to help us to do everything in our daily life. It is very important either in your work, at school or when you are doing your assignment, because by having monologue you will have a better understanding of something, and that's how monologue helps us in our daily works. And it is very common and it is very a natural feeling to have monologue. Don't be shy to have your own monologue, because at the end it will benefit yourself. And it is very important to know that monologue will happen to everyone and you are not alone. It is not a crazy people, it is not a mental illness patient will do when they are treating their sickness, because it is a very common situation that everyone will face, either never or later. So monologue is very important, and I would like to initiate that monologue. I can say that monologue is a must for everyone, because by having monologue, it will help us to do everything in our life better, and we can improve ourselves in terms of confidence, in terms of publicity, and more. And that's all from me. Thank you.
So let's move on to our next point, which is the importance of self-talk. Self-talk, or the inner dialogue we have with ourselves, plays a crucial role in our mental health and emotional well-being. Here are some important aspects of self-talk. The first and foremost, which is self-awareness. Self-talk can help us become more aware of our thoughts, emotion, and reaction. It allows us to reflect on our experience and understand ourselves better. The second one, which is emotional regulation. Positive self-talk can help us to manage and regulate emotions, our own emotions, by reframing negative thoughts into more positive or constructive ones. We can reduce stress and our anxiety. The third one is motivation. Self-talk can be a powerful tool for boost our own motivation or self-esteem by encouraging ourselves and setting positive goals. We can increase our determination and perseverance. The fourth one is about how we solve our problem, or problem solving. It aids in problem solving. When we engage in constructive self-talk, we can approach challenges with a clear and rational mindset, leading to a better solution. And we move to the next point, which is boosting our confidence. Positive self-talk can boost our self-esteem and our confidence. When we affirm our abilities and remind ourselves of past success, we are more likely to tackle new challenges with more confidence. Then, resilience. Self-talk can contribute to resilience, and it helps us bounce back from setbacks and by framing them as learning experiences rather than failure. Next one is mindset shaping. How we shape our mindset. Yes. So it can shape our mindset by self-talking, cultivating a growth-oriented mindset through self-talk can lead to more optimistic and adaptable outlook on life. Other than that, we can improve our soft skill or communication skills. Self-talk can improve communication skills and our soft skills by practicing conversation in our heads, in our minds. We can become more effective communication in real situation. Then we can reduce our stress. So by challenging negative and irrational thoughts, self-talk can reduce stress and prevent us from catastrophizing situation. Then last but not least, health benefits. So research suggests that positive thought can have a physical health benefit such as lower levels of stress hormones and improve immune function. So in summary, the importance of self-talk lies in its ability to influence our thoughts, emotion and behaviors, ultimately shaping our overall well-being and success in various aspects of life. Developing a positive and constructive inner dialogue can be a valuable skill for personal growth and resilience. That's all. Thank you.
Hi guys, so today I am going to share my personal experience about monologue. So my story with monologue happens a long time ago. I first encountered monologue when I was in Form 3. At that time, my homeroom teacher asked me to deliver a speech in front of my whole batch. Hearing that I have to give speech in front of everyone, a lot of butterflies come into my stomach. The nervousness, I could not explain it here, because if I did, this video will be an hour long. So, seeing that I am nervous, my homeroom teacher suggested that I should try monologue. At that time, I am weird because I had never heard such treatment that could heal my nervous. So, but despite that, I keep on using that method. Before that day arrived, I keep on saying to myself that I can do this, that I can manage myself in front of public, because at that time, not that I was just nervous, but also I overthink myself that I might mess up the speech and also end up become a laughing stock to others. But then, using that method, somehow it worked up a bit on raising my self-confidence. And then on that day, 5 minutes before I give my speech, I said to myself that I can do this, I can be the best among my batchmates. And somehow that little speech, that simple conversation I had with myself worked, because on that day I managed to deliver my content clearly, with all of my audience know that clearly understand what I was trying to say. So fast forward, when I enter IPG, there are still events and occasions that still make me nervous. But then, with the knowledge and experience I had with monologue before, I managed to cope with that nervous in such a organized way. For example, during September 2022, I joined the concert Manifestasi Seni Gamelan, where I had to play gamelan for a big event hosted by one of the famous TV station in Malaysia, which is RTM. So that concert was joined by many people, and this makes me very, very nervous. So before the show, I take 5 minutes in the dressing room and I speak to myself, and that dialogue I had with myself almost made other people around me had the first impression that I am having some kind of mental illness, because I was talking to myself like an crazy person. But then that simple conversation I had with myself, it boosts my self-confidence and also my self-esteem, that I managed to perform excellently on the stage, and I managed to pull the crowd's attention to the instruments that I'm playing. So the conclusion is, monologue can be a very, very useful tool in discovering what is the best for us. For example, with monologue, one can find out their true weaknesses, and thus giving full effort in improvising their weaknesses, becoming a stronger point in the future. In the context of us becoming a teacher, I really encourage all of us, all the student IPG, to acknowledge the importance of having a self-talk with ourselves, because with monologue one can because subconsciously monologue help us to build the character of a great teacher. For example, all the moral value that we are intended to build in ourselves come from experience. So that experience is used as a motivation, which refers to the monologue, to help others too. And thus this cycle continues over and over again until the harmonious society is created. So that's all from me. Thank you.